Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to Sunday morning's Messages of Love from Above. And as always, excited to see what Spirit is going to bring through in our messages today. And as always, it feels like time is flying by. Can't believe it's Sunday morning already. But before we get started into the readings, I do want to send love out to the world. And if you would like to join me, I would definitely welcome it as we join together and multiply this beautiful unconditional love to the world and impact it in huge ways. So whether you're watching this live or on replay, we can join together outside of time and space where all this beautiful love exists and allow it to fall into our hearts and expand. So to start, I'm going to take a big deep breath and come back to right here, right now. And just let that love cascade down into our heart and fill us up and then overflow out into the world. Allowing that beautiful love to move upon the waters, across the land, the sky, filling up the earth with beautiful, beautiful, unconditional love, sparking hearts to a higher vibration of love to bring us to the next stage of this beautiful adventure that we're on. And if you yourself are in need of that unconditional love for your own heart, your mind, your body, a loved one, a situation, whatever it may be, we send that love to you as well. Let's take it in like a giant group hug from your spiritual posse on the other side. You are surrounded by your guardian angels' wings, all of your angels, your spirit guides, your loved ones who are already on the other side, your ancestors, leprechauns, fairies, whatever you believe, those beautiful beings of unconditional love and light are. They surround you and are always with you, always giving you their love, their unconditional love, a love you can never lose, a love that is eternal. Mm. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right. Thank you so much for joining me in doing that and for allowing the space for this. Before we get into the readings, also want to let you know we have one day left here before I have my drawing tomorrow. This is the link that I just posted for the video. Every Tuesday, I put out a video for the next Monday's drawing, letting you know what I'm giving away and how you can get into the drawing. So tomorrow I'm going to give away a 1-hour person recorded reading and then have two special drawings, one for those that made donations during the month of March, and then also anyone who has commented on any of the giveaway videos that were posted during the month of March. You can still post on those, by the way. If you check out the giveaway playlist, it lists all of the video announcements for those giveaways, and then I'll still honor those if you want to go in and comment on each one. So I'm going to have give away two 30-minute person recorded readings for the giveaways, and then two 30-minute person recorded readings for the donations as well. So drawings. It's crazy as that Zen's giveaways. You know, I love giving away stuff. So if you're interested, check out that video to tell you all about it. Also, happy April. Can't believe it's April already. But if you haven't checked out your monthly reading for each individual zodiac sign, that's the playlist for that. And then also, I put out a lot of free content with a lot of pick a cards around relationships, around abundance, all of that. You can check out those playlists. This last week, we posted a pick a card around how does fool's gold transform into real gold, something that we feel is abundant, but really isn't. That's what fool's gold is. It's like a rock that looks like gold, but it's not. But how does it transform into real gold, real abundance? So if you want to check those out, that is what you can look at. So that is all of the announcements. Let me go ahead here and get my desktop all set up. And if you are new to my channel or new to these readings, welcome, first of all. But also, how the free readings work is I go down in order, first come, first serve, in the chat. There's no special list. The chat is the list. And sorry, I'm trying to do two things at once, and you know how that goes. All right, there we go. Um, but the chat is the list. So you just put your question out there, and if you don't want to put your business out there, you can just ask for a general reading. Spirit knows what you're wanting, and so you don't have to expose the question out there. um, Also, if anyone makes a donation, I do honor that energy exchange and do prioritize those readings. I step out of the free readings, complete those. I do dive in deeper for those as well, and when I'm done, I return back to the free readings and continue moving down the list. I'm usually on for about 2 hours, so I try to get through as many free readings as I can. To make a donation, you can use the super chat down below at the bottom of the list. YouTube does take about a third of that for administrative fees. So if you want to make a donation another way, I do have PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, and Square, and all of those are pinned in I'm sorry, that's listed in the pinned comment at the top of the page and in the description box of the video below. I don't look at dollar amount. I don't have like a required dollar amount because I know everyone's finances fluctuate from day to day and from person to person. So I just honor whatever the donation is. So that is it. I think that's everything. So we will get started. Today, I am going to use the Sun and Moon Tarot again today. I really love that. And I think that is everything. So don't have any donations yet. So we're going to start at the very top. And Felicia Fang, hello, hello. You are first up. And you wanted to know, what should you do in the new company so that you don't get pushed aside by your colleagues? All right, let's take a look here and see. What does Spirit want you to know here? Not to get pushed aside. All right. So we do have here a lot of thinking here with the swords. And so what I feel the message that comes in here is, these swords here are the small t truths, those beliefs we have about ourselves that are the fear of losing conditional love, the fear of rejection, or in this case, the fear of being pushed aside, right? And really looking and diving deep into that, because the Two of Swords is showing that you have a choice every moment of what story you apply to whatever situation unfolds. That's one of our powers. We get to choose our emotion in each moment where we're investing our energy, but we also get to choose, what does something mean. We're the ones that get to decide, even though I know we're given a lot of opinion growing up about the supposed to, the should, the need to, like when we get like other people get promotions, other people get praise, other people get bonuses, and we don't. The story we're taught is that I have been pushed aside, I have been overlooked, I'm not being rewarded. And so that's our human experience, these human fears, ultimately is that I'm unworthy, that somehow I'm lower than others. And I like this. So, what you can do when any of that ever happens is to go, okay, this is not happening to me. This is happening for me. Our human is going to go, no, 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 this is happening to me, and I want to be a victim. That's what our human wants to experience from very young. It likes that victimhood because it gets attention, right? When it does the poor me, it gets attention from others. We share it with our friends, and I got passed over again. Oh, I'm so sorry. It likes all that comfort and it gets the attention it's looking for. But that's not really what we want. We want to step into our power. And when we look at any of those things happening and go, oh, okay, why did I want that to happen for me? And I know it sounds weird to go, why would I ever want to be passed over for promotion or praise or bonuses? And it's like, well, because from the higher standpoint, our soul wanted to have these things happen to shake us and rattle us so that we can see these beliefs and mindsets and these things that cage us. These are our own thoughts, our own beliefs, our own mindsets that we learned very young that keep us trapped, that steal joy, steal opportunity and things from us. Because fear, when we have fears ignite, our energy is self-fulfilling prophecy. Like if I fear I'm not going to get promoted. Whoa, look, you didn't get promoted. Well, it's because our energy is feeding that and bringing it to pass. Or I fear that people are going to ridicule me. Well, I draw that in. So we have these things happen to us, right? To us in our life to shake us up, to realize that it's happening for us, to release us from these fears. And then we move into gratitude for what is. We focus on what we do want to draw in, and we're free from worrying about what is happening out in the outside world so much because we're taught that those things define me. No, they don't. We're taught that they're supposed to define us, but they don't. I get to decide, and that's what that Two of Swords is I get to decide every moment. Am I going to apply a story to what's happening from a place of unconditional love and from a higher perspective, or am I going to choose the fear, the fearful one, the fearful story, that this means I'm rejectable and unlovable and unworthy and low? And it's like, we come here to experience it. So if you do choose it, there's no right or wrong choice. They just make us feel differently, right? One makes us feel restricted and small, the other makes us feel powerful and large. And when we're tired of feeling one way, we can switch it to feel another way, to have a different story. So I feel like that's what they're wanting you to know is like, um, we can never be pushed aside. We always have exactly what we need in each moment, and it's happening for us. So we can pretend we're pushed aside for as long as we want that drama. And then when we're ready to go, okay, that was fun. Now I'm ready to step into my power and realize everything's unfolding perfectly for me and life's not happening to me. So that's what they have for you, Felicia. I know. What a great, deep message for Sunday morning. I think we need more coffee. So many blessings to you. That's what they have for you. And I do want to take a sip of coffee. All right. So, Rishi, hello, hello. I am doing very well. The coffee is kicking in and my eyes are opening up more. I don't know if anyone else has been having a lot of dreams. I was just like, I almost woke up to my alarm, which I normally don't do. I usually wake up way before it, but I was like, wow, some weird dreams with all this eclipse energy, I think. All right, Rishi, so you want to know any general messages from Spirit? Absolutely. And I really want to go to these Shaman's Dream. Speaking of dreams, Shaman's Dream Oracle. Let's see what they have here for you. All right. This one right here. Wow, the Magician's Sword, card number 37. I like the 37. It's 10 endings and new beginnings. And let's see what the Magician's Sword. Confidence in your magic. So, confidence in your magic. Nothing can stop you, the beauty you seek. And when the Magician's Sword appears, you're called to cut the cords that bind you to old thought forms and beliefs, or to friends who are not true. We're just talking about that, right? So, with the power of the Magician's Sword, nothing can stop you, hurt you, or turn you away from the beauty you seek or the goal you desire with all your heart. The sword is a tool, not a weapon. So make sure you wield it wisely and for the greater good. Find the stuck places where you're kept tethered to a toxic person, a particular location, or a faulty thought or belief, and let the blade do its magic. You have a large endowment of magic available to you when you believe in miracles. But don't look to the heavens to grant you a wish. Look within. Use the magician's sword to cut through limiting beliefs, and remember that all beliefs are limiting, and focus your intention in order to create what you wish. You have all the tools you need for the task at hand. You need only muster the wherewithal to deploy the resources you have. When the magician's sword appears, it is time to get moving. This is not a tool for contemplation, for gazing at the finely polished edge. It is an instrument calling for decisive action. And remember, the sword is alive with a wisdom you can summon to help you find the best course of action. Do not hesitate, act. I like it. So it's like a combination of the Ace of Swords in the tarot and the Magician card, letting you know that you have everything that you need within you to bring forth this transformation. And that Ace of Swords allows you to connect to the capital T truths of the higher realm, while you cut away the small t truths that are rooted in the fears of losing conditional love. So they're basically reiterating just there's this wonderful transformation. You have the ability to connect to that wisdom. You have the tools, and it's just acting on it, changing that moving and movement. So I like that for you, and that's what they have for you, Rishi. So many blessings to you. It's like right in alignment with what you were talking about earlier. So I like that. All right. So we'll continue moving down. We have Spiritual Gifts Diva is up next. And you want to know Rajesh's intentions towards you. Well, all right. Well, I guess these are it. They came flying out here. So we have the dual intentions that are here. We have the physical world, and then we have the spiritual world. So the physical intentions of this character called Rajesh towards you, their intentions with the Prince of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. I mean, it's the Knight of Pentacles. It's one. It's about. It's interesting because they want to take their time and just have this movement. But the Knight of Pentacles is on this pursuit of looking at their worth in relationship to the outside world in a different way. So their human is looking to you as a validation of their worth and their lovability and all those wonderful things that our human is taught to do. But on the higher end, the spiritual reason and the spiritual intentions for this interaction between you two is for both of you to have your beliefs and thoughts and mindsets shaken in regards to love and relationship, because there's a spider web here which has us caught. It's all these thoughts and these beliefs and mindsets that we're given from when we're very young, and it traps us. It's like it cages us. It's the spider web that we get stuck in, and we're like, well, this is how things are supposed to be, should be, need to be, have to be, must be. We get stuck in it and wrapped up in it, and we don't feel like we can move away from it. But the shadow card comes in, and it has us question these thoughts and these beliefs, because reality isn't matching up to what was supposed to happen. We're like, why isn't it unfolding the way the instructions told us it would? Well, because those instructions are from someone else that hand wrote them, and it's not from the manufacturer, right? We're like, why doesn't it have this option? And it's like, well, that's something someone said it would, but it's not what it is unfolding. And so there is this shaking of beliefs and mindsets that's happening, and it's for us. It happens to release us from the spider web, to release us from the cage, so that we can see what truth is, capital T truths, our true lovability, not a conditional lovability. So that's what's happening right now. That's a little tidbit that they're giving you, spiritual gifts, Diva, and that's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. We continue moving down the list. So Rose with the pink flower picture, you're up next. Excuse me. You want to know who's coming towards you? All right, let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know? All right. Well, they give you a lot of cards here. Normally I pull 2, but like 5 came out, which these 2 are basically the same thing. So this is like one card where this is Ace of Swords and 6 of Swords. You're having this change of thought and belief and mindset. This helps you connect to the higher truths of up above, and the 6 of Swords is movement of old ways of thinking to new ways of thinking. So right now, someone is way, way far off heading towards you because there's this timing that needs to happen in order for you to be able to welcome them. Because when your current thoughts and beliefs that you've had, you're like, no, this person does not meet my long list of who they're supposed to be. Well, this is a change of mindset and opening of expectations where you're allowing, um, you're taking things off the list of who someone has to be in order to be worthy of your love, right? It's like, well, maybe they don't have to have red hair after all. I'll let them have whatever hair color. And they don't have to be a doctor. They can be any occupation. So I feel like there's this removing requirements off the list is what you're going through. And I like this. I'm so sorry. Because the other cards, you have 2 queens and the 6 of cups. And I feel like what's happening here, there's this, the Queen of Cups is diving deep into her emotions. Um, queens, they roll over their own sign, their own element. So she rolls over fire, she rolls over water, but all queens are given a second portion of water. So double water, really in tune with your gut and your intuition, diving deep, really getting into the unconscious. Why do I want all these things that I've wanted in someone? Where is that? And the Queen of Wands, connecting to spirit. Both of these very spiritual, connecting to the higher realms cards. But she's stepping into her power, really focusing in and taking action on what you're discovering underneath the surface there. The 6 of Cups, I kind of feel like this is both reflecting that these ideas of who you think someone should be are based on the past. Sometimes, I know we hate to say it, but we're attracted to people that reflect our appearance a little bit, and not in a gross, weird way. Excuse me, but like like when I had the red hair, it's like, well, because my dad had red hair, and I just think, or my mom had red hair, whoever you're attracted to, right? And it's like, there's just this subconscious thing that we trust, these individuals. So we have this innate desire for them to have the same hair color. They always say we fall in love with our mother or our father, sometimes until we process and transform and free ourselves from those things, right? But the 6 of Cups also is about nostalgia and people from the past. So it's either the person coming towards you is either someone you've known in your past who you wouldn't allow a relationship with because of the long list, but because you're dropping some of those things off the list, now they are eligible. Woo, or it also could represent someone from a past life where when you meet them, you're just going to feel like you have known them before, even though you haven't known them in this physical life. You've known them in a past life. So that's what they have for you, Rose. How exciting. But it is going to take a little bit of time because you're whittling through and cutting away, things on the list that don't need to be there on the requirements to earn your love. So that's what they have. So many blessings to you. That's what they have. Butterfly A, you'll be the next free reading, but I do have a donation. Thank you so much, Natalia. And you want to know, is D the right person for you? So we're going to alter your question a little bit just to say, because I feel like what you're wanting to know is, are they going to be my soul partner? Like, are they the one that I'm going to end up with? Because anyone that comes into our life is a divine appointment. And so they're always the right person at the right time, though they might be a stepping stone and not be like the one I'm going to end up with the rest of my life. So I feel like you're kind of wanting to know, are they my soul partner or are they a stepping stone? So let's find out. All right, let's see what's coming through here. All right. So I feel like they're more of a stepping stone for you here, not because of these cards, but because of this one. The Three of Cups shows like a third party that, and I feel like this is you moving on to a third party eventually. So this isn't like their, a love triangle thing going on. This just shows that, you've got these divine appointments. Before you came down here, you're all three deciding, all right, I'm going to meet you first, and you're going to teach me a lot. So I'm really appreciative. Oh, well, that kind of comes in too, right? But it's like that you will actually move in, they allow you to move into where you appreciate this third person um, in a different way as well. Yeah, well, that makes sense too, because we've got the moon card, which is the hidden, the unseen that's happening there, and the Ten of Pentacles and the Princess of Cups. This is new love coming in here, and so this totally all makes sense as well with what you're saying with your current situation, because that would be the hidden if it was undiscovered. But there's even more hidden things with D that it teaches you. It gives you a lot of reflection on here. Um, it allows you to see what you really, really want and what you're willing to, face. And the moon card is about the unconscious and the subconscious. And this is what you want. You want this higher love. You want this Ten of Pentacles where life feels abundant and overflowing. And that's what you do end up with, but not with this one. Because what this person teaches you here is all this stuff that's under the surface that they're bringing up so that you can get rid of some old emotional, weight that is holding you back. And that allows you to be more freer when you, move and find the person that I call it a soul partner. It's the person you end up with the rest of your life. We have a lot of soulmates that we meet along the way that help us appreciate our soul partner, is what I usually say, because it allows us to cleanse a lot of stuff out of us that we're like, okay, yeah, there's some, emotional baggage that we have from when we're younger. It's all in our subconscious, and these lovely teachers help bubble it up and bring it to our face, and we're like, oh, okay, our insecurities, our pain, our fears, they bring it all up to where we deal with it, to where when we find our soul partner, we have left a lot of that behind, where it won't infiltrate our relationship, our friendship with them. And we also, it allows us to go, you know what, if I would have met you like right off the bat, I wouldn't appreciate you as much as I do. But having experienced these others, I really, really appreciate, them. So you thought he was your twin flame. There's a big difference. In fact, if you haven't checked out, I have a pick a card that Spirit gave, which I keep on my little notes here because it was such an amazing, eye opening reading for me because, even though it seems like I'm very smart, I just listen, and I learned so much through you guys' readings and through readings that I do. And so here's the pick a card was, what messages does your soulmate, soul partner, and twin flame have for you? And they told me the difference, and they explained the difference between the three, which quite honestly I did not understand. What a like I thought we had like a soulmate, and they're like, no, we have a lot of soulmates. We have a soul partner we end up with that can or cannot be romantic, and then uh, sometimes we'll have a twin flame, which is like a master's course, which we don't have a twin flame in every lifetime because it is, even though it's very fiery and passionate, and we go very, very deep into love, into the heart, it also is very flamey and in your face, where you cannot escape learning your lesson. So if you want to check that out, a lot of great information. It's exhausting. Yeah. Like light workers saying it is. I think the example that they give in the reading is, I think they did, it's like Jean Claude Van Damme in blood, I think it was Bloodsport, where they they wrap their hands and put it in glass, and they're tied together where they can't get away from each other, and that's like a soulmate is. There's this draw that you cannot get them out of your life, whatsoever, and it is bloody and it's passionate. It's like very, very passionate, very raw, but also very, they make you see your lessons, and you can't get away from them. And they're like, no, look into the mirror, and they hold you, and you're like, no, and they're like, you're gonna look. It's just like this it's like, yeah, we don't choose that every lifetime, because it's as light worker said, exhausting. It's like, whew, I just want a soul partner and some soulmates. Twin flame is not all that it's cracked out to be. But it's someone that a soul we're very close to on the other side, because it takes that to commit to each other to do that. Going, are you ready to go, into the Thunderdome? We're about to battle. We're going to make love like crazy, but we're also going to make lessons learned like crazy. They're like, all right, let's do it. And then we come down here and we forget that we signed up for it. But so check that out if that resonates for you. But that's what they have for you, Natalia. So much love to you. I do see, that beautiful, beautiful relationship that you do have down the path. It's just you're doing that inner reflection and that deep diving with the moon card. You're really um, diving deep into bringing that stuff up so that you can not bring it into that relationship. All right. And again, thank you so much for your donation. It's greatly, greatly appreciated. All right. And we had left off with Butterfly A. So you'd like a general reading for this coming week. Let's see what they have here for you. All right. Well, you are being drawn this next week into really this relationship with your higher self, because you've got the Hermit card, drawing, stepping back, making sure you're taking time for yourself. The Judgment card, your higher self, having a little announcement, getting your attention, saying, hey, I want to draw you into this here. And the Two of Cups with these three cards together does not represent like romance and love in the outside world, but this is you getting this joining together like hand in hand with your higher self. So I feel like this week is like date night with your higher self in a non-weird way. It's like just this joining of heart and allowing your heart to be filled more with your higher self, and this drawing of meditation, of painting, or whatever it is that allows you to commune with your higher self and allow more of your human to be filled with more of your spirit. It's like this drawing closer together this week. So I really feel, yeah, even with your little two dancing people together, that's you and your higher self. It's like, you know, uh, dancing and enjoying this the dance of the spirit with your higher self. And so with those three cards, I mean, it's no doubt that this is a drawing this week for you to spend time, as much time as you can. You don't have to be a total hermit, but definitely hang out with yourself, your higher self, so that you can have this beautiful connection. Evidently, they have a lot they want to tell you. So I like it. So that's what they have for you, butterfly. So many blessings to you. And Star Girl, you're up next here. So I'm just going to take another sip here. And let's see what they have for you. Star Girl. Actually, they want to switch over here to the Light Seers Tarot for you. So let's take a look here. All right. So you do have this empowering type of energy that's coming in for you right now, because the King of Wands, of course, is our drive, our ambition, our passion, our overall energy. It's our spiritual energy, though. And this can represent your higher self, because the King of Wands is the highest spirituality connection you can have, which is to your higher self, which connects you to the higher realms, right? And you have the Devil card here too, which is your shadow. So it's like you have your angel on your shoulder and your shadow, but really, truly, our shadow is part of our higher self. And so there's this joining together of really seeing some old mindsets that have kept you restricted and kept you small, kept you feeling like you're, a puppet here. And there's this release that's happening, because this is you really stepping into your power with that Ace of Wands, allowing you to see there's been some fears and some beliefs that you've had that have restricted you and made you feel like it, like I said, like a puppet, like you're limited. And sometimes you feel like your life is out of control. And that's when we go into fear, because we're going into these old beliefs that we were brainwashed with and conditioned, right? That when this happens, this is what it means about you. And you're like, no. But this King of Wands is coming in and allowing you to see things. The shadow has been bringing this up to you to go, you know what? I cry shenanigans. This is BS. This does not need to mean this about me, because I am much more powerful than that. Why would that mean that about me? And it's like, I feel like these situations have been coming up where you're just like, all right, this is, if we have like a situation come up like once a year, we kind of just brush it off. But when it comes like 7 times in 5 days, we're like, all right, I've had enough of this. I just got to deal with this. This is shenanigans. We're just cutting this out. I'm not going to deal with this anymore. And I feel like this is what's happened. And the King of Wands has allowed you to see your power, and that whatever you focus on is what grows and expands. And you're like, no, I have the power to, of things in my life. Things don't happen to me. Life happens for me, and I make choices every moment. And we do, we are the ones that choose the mental story we put to any situation. We're the ones that choose what emotion we want to feel. And we're the ones that choose where we're looking with our energy, because wherever we look, our energy flows and it grows. So if I focus on my fears, I'm making my fears come true. If I focus in on gratitude and what I do want, then that grows. And so I really feel like you're stepping into your power in huge ways. I feel like like I said, you've been having all this stuff come up and you're like, all right, I'm done with it. And so I feel like you're releasing some great old beliefs that would hold you back, chains that were wrapped around you that you're just unwrapping, going, this wasn't even locked. It was just wrapped around so many times. But now I've unwrapped it and I'm letting it go. And you feel this lightness and this freedom. So I like that for you, Star Girl, and that's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. And up next, we've got Bandana. Hello, hello. And you'd like a spirit message for your current family situation? Absolutely. All right. Cards came flying out here. Hmm. So you do have the death and rebirth card that's coming in here. So there is this transformation that is coming, and it's trusting that what is being removed out of your life is being removed out on purpose for a purpose because it brings you this inner joy, this inner fulfillment. The Nine of Cups, nine is the hermit's journey, which is about turning inward for our emotional fulfillment. And though the outside world will end up matching your inside world, it's going to be just a little bit of a transition when this rebirth happens. It does push you, I don't want to say push you to a limit, but it pushes you to this place of going, you know, regardless of what, like family are in my life or out of my life or whatever is happening, it's never ever made me feel fully full for any long period of time. If it's any fulfillment, it is like a flash and it's gone, right? And it's turning you inward and upward to find the love that you've been looking for all along is from our huge family, which is trillions and trillions and quadrillions, endless number of souls on the other side. We're part of a giant sea of unconditional love drops. And we're one drop out of, like I said, endless sea of unconditional love drops. And we're like, oh, you know what? This is the love I've been looking for. It's unconditional and eternal. This experience down here has been one of temporariness and instability and chaos, ups and downs and roller coaster. And it's like, okay, I see now why this is happening in the outside world. This is an unstable world of conditions, ups and downs, and flying around. Eventually, we just get tired and bored of it, actually. And we're just like, okay, well, it's not bringing me what I need. And we turn inward and we're like, ta-da, like that Nine of Cups are like, woohoo, I feel this wholeness and completeness. And then it transforms how you see the outside world because you're no longer looking for it in these people, these characters to, make you feel full. You're finding the reality of your true family. It's like um, playing a video game and expecting the characters that are on the screen to be your family and to fulfill you. Like, oh, those are just characters. Your real family is when you're done playing the game, you are like, hey, family. And that's what is coming in. So hopefully that helps, Bandana. But that's what they have for you right now. Very interesting analogy, but that's what they have. So many, many blessings to you. And we'll continue moving down the list here. And so always victory, you are up and hello, hello. So an angel message about your love life. All right. So let's see what your angels recommend here for you. Okay. Oh, yeah. So we've got the world card, which is the ending of old cycles and the beginning of something new. This is the last card in the major arcana, and you head off into the zero. The full card is the card that would come after. So this is ending, and we're returning back to a place of having an adventure with no expectations. Instead of having a well planned out vacation of, all right, so we arrive at this time, and then 10 minutes later, we're going to do this, and then 15 minutes later, this, and this, and you have this vacation that's filled with activity and supposed to's and, scheduled. That feels like not a vacation, but it sounds like a lot of work. That's what we do with relationships. We come up with a lot of supposed to's and shoulds and need to's and have to's and must about, okay, so this is when I meet someone and this is what they do and this is how they act and this is how I act. This is what I do. And then the relationship goes to this. And then after that, blah, 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 blah. Sounds like a lot of work. Well, that's what's happening here is we're letting go of a lot of those expectations, allowing ourselves to go, you know what, I'm gonna take off and I'm gonna head off in this direction for this vacation. And Whatever unfolds is going to be the adventure, and how it ends up, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not going to attach to the outcome, the how, and even the when, and I'm just going to allow it to happen. That's what this energy is. And it's actually also the Queen of Swords, because the Queen of Swords, she rules over air. She has this Ace of Swords, which allows her to connect to the capital T truth of unconditional love, seeing things from a higher perspective, and it allows her to cut away all those rules and all that agenda and our itinerary that, that we have around relationship that frees things. It's balancing the heart and the mind, because we have the Ace of Cups that's down here in the bar in this little cage, and this is the freedom that's coming. We're breaking out the heart, not forcing it to be in, particular order and all of that. We're burning the itinerary and saying, uh, I'm going to have a blast, and I'm going to enjoy the journey, enjoy how it unfolds. So I feel like that's what the message is coming in with those cards for you for your love life. And they just want you to leave it up to them. Your angels are saying, do you trust us? I do. And so, like, let us handle the who, the what, the when, and all that, and just enjoy this moment. And let the love unfold into your life. And while we're waiting for things to happen, that's when we can work on our self love and grow our connection, grow that beautiful unconditional love from above, uh, building that trust in spirit and building that trust with things unfolding, releasing our worth from what happens with love. That's part of the itinerary. But if I don't complete all these things during vacation, doesn't that mean I had a horrible vacation? No. It means you probably are going to enjoy the vacation instead of need another vacation after you finish your vacation of all that activity to recover from all of that. So that's what they have for you, always victory. So many blessings to you. All right. So, Ms. Draw, you're up next. You want to know who is manifesting you? All right. So let's see what Spirit wants you to know here. All right. Well, you do have the Page of Pentacles does talk about new opportunities that are coming up in your life here. And it feels like it's going to be someone either from your past that's coming, or someone from a past life. It's going to feel like you were old friends. Maybe they were your pet. No, I'm just kidding. But, there's this connection with them. Either like you knew them in this lifetime, and you both are different now, or you had, interest in each other before and the circumstances weren't right, and now it's going to be opening in a different way. Or it's someone from a past life where you just meet them for the first time, but you feel like you've known them forever. You just have that connection, right? But the Seven of Swords, this is what's happening in the meantime. Before this unfolds, before this comes into fruition, you are looking at your thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that have stolen love from you in the past, opportunities from you in the past. Because here's the crow or the raven, and they're right in your face, making you see these beliefs that you've had in the past that have limited those. And basically, they're fears of losing conditional love. There are all these stories, these, the roles, the mindsets around who someone is supposed to be, and oh, they need to be this and have this kind of job and look this way and have had this type of life and blah 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 blah, right? But we're releasing those things, because those are the things with all that filter in place. There's people that would have been wonderful relationships for us that we keep away with our belief system that way, and so we're cutting those away. We're allowing more flexibility in the who and the when and the how, And that's what's opening up here. And that could be like that Six of Cups, could be someone in your lifetime that you were like, no way, they cannot be, they're bringing back, because sometimes we'll have being raised in an organized religion of, they need to be Jewish or they need to be Catholic or they need to be whatever religion, Muslim or whatever I am in order to, you know, be married because the hell that would have to be paid if they're not by everyone. But I feel like you're like cutting things away that would have kept you to be able to have a relationship with someone. So that's what's going on right now, Ms. Draws. So many, many blessings for you and enjoy the journey. Up next, we've got Angelina. Anything from your life partner? All right. So let's take a look here and see any communication. So I do like this for you. There, seems to be a theme today with love. We're all this Ace of Swords is like every reading. I don't know, but it is about thought, belief, and mindset, and it's the cutting away. I mean, this king not only rules over air in the sword suit, all the kings are given a second portion of air. So there is this very important time of realizing how many beliefs we have around love and marriage and life partners and what we can cut away. What are the fears of losing conditional love? We're cutting away thoughts and beliefs that no longer serve. Eight of Cups is leaving behind emotions that no longer serve. And I feel like this is a celebration of your life partner, acknowledging that you're doing this work and that you're cutting things away. You're allowing yourself to move forward. And they're also kind of nudging you to continue to do that and go even deeper into cutting away things and really leave behind a lot of emotions. You've learned what you've needed to learn from those, and the old ways of thinking served you well at the time to help you survive and get to where you're at today. But now it's time to let things go. It's like we have baby gates up on the stairs because we had babies, but now we don't. They're big enough where we don't have to worry about them falling down the stairs. Now they're the obstacles. They're things that we can remove and get out of the way to have a smoother flowing life. And that's the kind of example they're given, is letting those things go that no longer serve, both emotionally and mentally. So that's what they have for you, Angelina. So many blessings to you. And we have Harsita Oha. You are up next. And what changes are coming towards you in this April? All right, let's take a look here and see what Spirit wants you to know today. All right, they didn't get any of those. So, okay. All right, well, so you got two sets of cards with they're basically the same thing twice, so they're doing temperance is balancing of things, trusting, timing, unfolding here. And here you have the Two of Swords, which is balancing heart and mind in a way. But that you're at this place here too of deciding and what do you want to do, where you want to head, what do you want to go. And so there's this changing of mind here. The temperance is about be patient about things unfolding. But as things are unfolding and you have a choice to make, allow your heart and your mind to have a say so in the decision. I like how they have blindfolds on the Two of Swords because it's close your eyes and open your heart. Our mind, we make so much of our decisions in life around with those fears in our head, these conditioning of praise and punishment. And so it's like, well, let your mind have a say, but let your heart also have an equal seat at the table, one that's free of all these fears, and that because it wants to live and experience. And the mind is like, no, no, we have all these roles. And the heart goes, I don't think so. So there's this, going back and forth between your heart and your mind during the month of April. And I feel like it has to do with love because we have the new love with the Page of Cups and the Two of Cups, which is like a new love, a partnership, or an important friendship. So love doesn't necessarily have to be romantic, but it definitely is. There's this new love that's being ignited, and your heart wants this. And so that is the change that happens this month is you're allowing your heart to be more free, not be so restricted by your mind and thoughts. So that is what is coming forth here for you, Harsita. So many blessings for you. That's what they have right now for you. You can also check out your April zodiac. I have a playlist. I posted it at the beginning of this reading, but if you go to my playlist, I have monthly readings, and you can check out your monthly reading. If you know your Venus sign or your moon sign, and or you can check out both of those as well if they're different signs, because it'll give you information on the love, because Venus is our love and moon is our emotions as well. So you can get some more details there too through those readings. All right. So Mega, hello, hello. You are up. So what are ours thoughts, intentions, and next actions towards you? All right, let's take a look here. Well, Mega, I don't think they're going to be in your life here. I just feel like the Tower card is a card of people, things are moved out of our life on purpose, for a purpose, to make space for us to, have what's more in alignment for our life to come in, or to clear our path so we can move forward in where we want to end up. Three of Swords is expectations, heartbreak card. It's when we have these fears of not being lovable, and when things don't turn out the way we thought they were supposed to or should need to, but it happens for us. That's what the Tower tells us too, is when we believe life happens to us, we experience heartbreak. We experience this fear because we were told that they were supposed to be with me forever and they're not. So now what happens? Well, now I feel scared. I feel fearful. I'm not going to find love again, blah, 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 right? But when we realize, with all these butterflies, it's transformative, that life happens for me. People never leave me. I never lose a job. Things are moved out of my path. I moved into a different place that's more in alignment for me. When something ends, it means it's done what it's needed to do for my life. And when we really, how bold of us to say life always happens for me. But it's so empowering when we're in a victim mode of life is happening to me. Nothing wrong with that. We come here to experience what it might feel like to be a victim or hero or a villain. Drama has like one of the three. We can be all three at the same time sometimes. But when we're done with the drama, then we can step into our power and see life in a different way. And I feel like this is what is happening for you, is you're realizing, you know what, it's not going to turn out the way I thought it was, but it is happening for me. And I can trust that. I trust the universe, that it's kind, that it's always having things unfold for my highest experience, even though at the time when things are burning down, I'm having trouble grasping that, in this life. But I can trust it because later I'll be able to look back and go, okay, they burnt down the tower, this old condemned tower that had a leaky roof, and the gas was leaking and the plumbing was, shoddy. It worked and it didn't work, and there were rats. And it's like, now that old shack is burnt down, they replaced it with a stone castle that's updated and upgraded. I'm glad it happened, but that's hindsight usually. But that's what they have for you right now, Mega. So hang in there. Much love to you. All right, Princess Pinky, you will be the next free reading up here. Let me just verify. Yep, very good. And so you want to know, how does Taurus perceive you? So let's take a look here. How does Taurus perceive you? So The thing about when we ask how other people perceive us, one of the big things that Spirit wants us to know is we're a mirror for each other, right? And so when I ask, what do people think of me? It's going to depend on the person that's looking at me, because when a monkey looks in a mirror, it sees a monkey. When a lion looks in a mirror, it sees a lion. When a giraffe looks in the mirror, it sees a giraffe, right? So whoever is looking at me, it's however they're perceiving themselves, and through their own filters is how they see the world, because we don't see the world as it, we see the world as we are. So when we ask about other people's perceptions, take it with a grain of salt, because they're seeing through their own eyes, not true eyes. Okay. So, what this shows here, one, the Nine of Swords here is the nightmare and the insomnia card. And so they have this perception here that maybe you have a lot of fear in your life, like you're concerned around a lot of expectations. These are small t truths. There's this fear of losing conditional love that may keep you up at night, that may, you might have dreams and nightmares, but you invest a lot of energy. This is their perception. Remember, they see you as someone that has a lot of fear around not being loved in your life, and that and they might interpret that, of course, based on all of what they have fears of not being lovable, and so they see you having fears of not being lovable, right, or of losing love. And then they see the Judgment card here is double endings and double new beginnings, and that kind of is what comes in here for me. Usually this is an X and an X, which is why I'm feeling this fear of losing love, and I feel like they have a lot of fear, and that's why they feel you have a lot of fear around if they got into a relationship, if you got into a relationship, if they got into a relationship, it's like things would end, and this is just how it happens, and I'm afraid of that, and so I don't want to take action, and so that's their perception. They have a lot of fear about being hurt, and I feel like it goes back to their childhood, where maybe their parents divorced, or they saw a lot of relationships end all around them, and so they don't have a stability that people stay true to their commitments, or maybe they were abandoned when they were younger. Even if they lost a parent, they might have this feeling of people aren't around, things end, and I'm afraid to love because people will leave, and then I'm hurt. So I feel like this type of energy is what they are projecting on you. You might have some of those. You might be like, well, I can see where they see that, because I do have some. We all do to some extent, but the amount they feel you have is a huge reflection of what they are. So that's what they have for you right now, Princess Pinky. So you're like, oh, that explains a lot why they act the way they do, right? All right. But many blessings. Hang in there. Julia, hello, hello. So you want to know, how does Alex feel about you now after your breakup? Well, I wonder if you broke up with him, he probably hates you. I'm just kidding. Okay. Yeah. Well, so we've got this star card, which is Aquarius energy, right? But we also have the Eight of Swords and the Page of Wands here. I feel like, about you, I just don't. I feel like they don't uh, reflect on like someone else. They more look at me like, this is what I'm seeing here. I'll start off with this one, because it's like, here's them, and they're reflecting on your relationship, not you, but the relationship, the breakup. They're going, yeah, this is what happened to me, and this is like, why? They're really reflecting on, why did this happen to me? Not, oh, I wonder what's going on with them, or this is what I feel towards you. This is all thinking with the swords. they're just thinking, what all led up to this? They're like doing a review of situational, if that makes sense, of okay, so this is the timeline. When did it go bad? How can I keep this from happening to me in the future? That's the kind of energy. Whoa, sorry, I didn't mean to hit my microphone there. And there is this new passion. They still have hope for love in the future, and this is new passion, new drive, new ambition. I almost feel like they're like, okay, well, what's the next thing to catch? And I just feel like they're looking forward. They don't look backward. Almost like sometimes they'll give me an example of like a forest fire or a grass fire. I feel like they're fiery type of energy. They just move forward. They can't go backward because a fire, once it's burned all the fuel, it has no way to go backward. And that's the way they have this energy of like, okay, how do I keep going forward and how do I avoid a situation like that in the future, but I'm moving forward. And they're looking for the next spark, the next love, the next thing. So I just feel like not that they're narcissistic, but I just feel like they're fiery type of energy. Maybe they're a fire sign like an Aries. Aries feels that a lot because they're new spark. They have this new type of energy where they just always want to look forward, but it's that type of forward movement that comes in. So I wouldn't take it personally if you choose not to, because I feel like that's how they treat everything and everyone. Like they leave a job, they don't ever think about it again. They leave friends, family, romance, whatever it is, and they're just like, what's next? What's new? Type of stuff. So that's what they have, Julia. So there we go. So hang in there and enjoy that. He is an Aries. Okay. Yeah. 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 It makes sense. Uh, I just feel like they get to a point, and that's it. Just feels so much like that, with that forest fire, because they're just like, well, I've got up to this point, but oh, what's that? I want to go that way. Woo! And they just, and you're like, hey, you were just talking about this, but now you're off over here, you know. But that Eight of Swords makes sense too. They have a lot of fear. Uh, I feel like they don't want to be bound and trapped and restricted as well. Aries is all about the adventure, and if they feel like they're going to be trapped, pshoo, So, you know, as they say, thank God for unanswered prayers, right? You're like, yeah, I don't know if that would have lasted long if we would have gotten married, because it feels like they want new, 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 new. So, but hang in there, Julia. What did you learn about it, right? How do you feel about yourself after the breakup? How do you feel about them after the breakup? That energy will help you remove some of your fears, allow you to look in that mirror like the Eight of Swords and go, what of my fears did they bring up for me so that I can release those so that I don't bring them into a relationship that's more in alignment with my heart? So I like that. So hang in there, Julia. Much love to you. Brenda, hello, hello. So today in the evening, your room's like flickering. All right, let's take a look here. Yeah. So definitely communication from the higher realms here. I like the Two of Pentacles, that this is them reaching down into the physical world. The Ace of Cups represents the higher love of up above. And so there's this, um, communication from a certain someone or someone's, because you're surrounded by a wonderful, wonderful host of beings of unconditional love and light, and they all like to communicate with you in a variety of ways. Of course, we've got the little prankster on the other side that, likes to let you know you're not alone in what you're going through. The Ace of Cups is, the unconditional love up above. And so it's your whole entire posse, not just, your uh, husband on the other side, but it's you have guardian angel that's been with you longer than your husband ever was, since the time your soul was created, and they'll be with your entire life. Your guardian angels there. You have your angels that are assigned to you right now, your spirit guides who are with you in this lifetime and right now. You have like loved ones on the other side. You have ancestors, a whole slew of beings of unconditional love and light. And I feel like they just want you to let you know that you are so loved, and they're giving you unconditional love all the time. And they're always trying to communicate with you to remind you that you're not alone, that everything's unfolding in a beautiful, beautiful way for you. Even though sometimes it feels like to you, it's like it's for you though. And that you're in great hands, and just trust the flow, release the anxiety and the fear, and become a chalice, become a holy grail where you just allow that love to fill you up and overflow out to the world. And let go of control, let go of control, let go of control. Um, and you will enjoy the journey down the river much more than trying to swim upriver and get a mouthful of water and whatever else is going to hit you. And they're like, just even, it's like a rowboat. They're like, just put the oars up and just let the river take you right now. Just enjoy the love, enjoy the journey. So I like that for you. And that's what they have for you, Vrinda. So many blessings to you. All right. And Jushri, you are up next, and you'd like some divine guidance. And a big thank you to all of you that have given the video a thumbs up. I greatly appreciate that. I don't tell you guys enough how grateful I am for that. It does help spread the Zen love. And so thank you for being part of the love tsunami. It's a small thing. It's free though. And, the YouTube algorithm loves it, and it shares my other videos with more people, the more likes that are on the channel too. So it seems like oh, what does it matter? But it does matter to YouTube, which, so thank you. A big thank you for that. All right, so let's take a look here. What guidance do they have? All right, we're switching back to the Sun and Moon Tarot. All right, what else? Anything else? All right. All right. Well, there is movement that's happening in your life here. Three of Wands, is about you're switching and you're changing direction coming up here. It's you making a decision to go in a different direction. It's not being made for you. It's you doing it. And the reason why you're doing it, and here's another movement. Six of Swords normally has someone like in a boat. It's moving from old ways of thinking to new ways of thinking. So there is awareness that is coming in, and it's taking you in this different direction than you had wanted to go before. But it's freeing for you. It's moving from choppy waters to calmer waters. Four of Wands does talk about celebration and joy. It also talks about balanced energy. Wands is our passion, our drive, our overall energy. And a four is a very balanced number. It's like four big legs on a table. It's a very solid foundation. It also can mean marriage and so I feel like you're changing direction on what you wanted to do toward marriage. So if you were headed in a certain direction, you're like, and you're with new information, with new awareness, with new thinking, with new connection, you're moving into a direction that's less volatile. Like, you're moving out of a stormy hurricane waters into calm, serene waters. And so this is what is coming in here for you. And that's what they are bringing you with the divine guidance that, whatever decision that you're making, this change that you're wanting to do, that you're wanting to initiate, that it is supported for your journey, and that it does end up being more peaceful for you with the direction that you're wanting to go. So that is what they have for you, Andrew Shri. So many blessings to you. And Starfall, you are up next. So Starfall, you'd like a love reading for April. And you are currently single. Let's see what Spirit has here for you. All right. So the combo of the 3 cards here, you do have the star card, which is kind of like a wishing upon a star, for love. What is my dream come true? If I could wish upon a star. Well, these 2 cards are telling me that they're nudging you to really look at what does that mean for you, because the 9 of Swords is the nightmare insomnia card, which there's all these supposed to's and shoulds and need to's and have to's and musts that you have over your head that are, sucking energy from you, that they're fears, right? Well, this is what love is supposed to be and should be, need to be and have to be and must be. It takes so much of our mental energy, and we have, if it gets into our mind before we're going to sleep, we have trouble going to sleep, or we dream about it or have nightmares about it. But the Queen of Cups is also, she's very intuitive, very in tune with her emotions, and also diving into her subconscious, because the Queen of Cups rolls over emotion. All the queens are given a second a portion of emotion, and allows her to dive deep and go underneath and go, what is this? What's all this beliefs, all these thoughts? Where are all these fears that maybe I wasn't aware of? What is guiding me in love, and what's keeping me back from love? But that's what the star card is. If I found a little genie lamp that granted me one wish towards love, what would it be? And it's like, yeah, what would it be? Is it what I think I've been told, and what's these beliefs that are bubbling underneath? Or what is it, what my true heart wants? And that's what I feel like there's this reflective time going on here. Literally reflective time going on here, where you're looking at what is it that I really, really want out of love? And, the supposed to's and the shoulds, and how it's supposed to happen, how it needs to happen. There's this big aha, this big awareness that you're coming to, of going, why do I want that? But I feel like, and we've had a lot of readings today that this is coming up. It must be the astral energy, because there's a lot of stuff about love and like reflection. Maybe something's going on with Venus, but we're really discovering, what is my truth around love? What do I really, really want from love in the outside world? And we're getting nudged to turn inward and upward to really connect to our higher heart. And I feel like this is what's coming through in this reading for you as well. So that's what they have for you, Starfall. So many blessings to you. Enjoy the journey. I know, right? All right, Kavita, you are up next. Let's take a quick swig here. Excuse me. And I am just a little past the top of my first hour, so I usually like to just do a quick public service announcement that how I handle the readings, the free readings. I do go down in order, first come, first serve. You just put your question in the chat, and then, or if you don't want to put your business out there, you can ask for a general reading. And then I just go down in order, first come, first serve. I'm usually on for about 2 hours. So I'll be on for about 45 more minutes. And I try to get through as many free readings as I can. If anyone makes a donation, I do step outside of the free readings and prioritize those. I go a little deeper into those as well. And then I return back to the free readings and go down the list. I also will be on this evening at 7 p.m. Mountain Time, so in less than 7 hours. So if I am not able to get to you in this one, I might be able to get to it this evening. All right, so Kavita, April month reading. Let's see what the Spirit wants you to know right now. A little tidbit of what is coming your way. Well, I like this. You have the Queen of Swords coming in here, which the Queen of Swords rolls over air, but she's also given water. So there's this balancing of heart and mind in April. And I feel like this is joy, this is celebration. It can be connecting to spirit too, but I feel like there is gatherings. They're really wanting to encourage you to whatever, like if you're invited to go do stuff with people or invited to something, that it's a great month for you to allow your heart to have some enjoyment and to go have fun with friends, with family, whatever it may be. So if you're like, well, I don't know if I should go to that wedding or not, they're like, go, you're going to have fun. You're going to be filled with love and joy and allow this, kind of thing. So they're encouraging you to allow yourself to have some fun this month. With the Queen of Swords, if you are an air sign, you can get into the tasking, you can get into the thinking, you can get into the duties and tasks. But this is encouraging you to balance this month. Allow yourself, do work, yeah, but allow yourself, schedule in time to have fun and to do things as well, because it's an important part of your journey. And you never know who you might meet at these celebrations. So that is what they have for you, Kavita, for right now. I can also check out my playlist of the April monthly readings for your sun sign, your rising sign, whatever sign you're attracted to with your planetary energies, and see what else they have for you as well. All right, so many blessings to you. And we are to Richa Duta. It's a hassle. I like it. You're funny. All right. So how will your finances of your future spouse? Let's see. How will be the finances of your future spouse? Okay. So you want to know, like, do a little background check on their finances of your future spouse. Let's see. What does Spirit want you to know? All right. Well, with the Nine of Cups here, this is like, wish come true, overflowingness here. And they're the Princess of Cups, the Page of Cups. There's a lot of emotion here around finances. No pentacles, but it's all, emotional energy, new moon to full moon to new moon. I feel like there's a lot of, definitely a lot of movement in their finances. Very positive energies, though, with having it pages. That's new money coming in, wish come true type of energy, hidden and unknown, but trusting cycles too. I feel like there's like this underlying message here too, of like they're saying like, yeah, you'll be fine. They have they have new money, they have old money, they have wish come true type of energy. But they're kind of nudging you too with all this moon energy and emotion energy to really look below the surface and see where where abundance fits into your emotional definition, right? And is there fears around finances? Is there some like subconscious below the surface beliefs around finances? And where's that coming into your life? It's kind of like a reflection that they're just saying, take a look at that, because what's more important, that you're married to someone that has money but doesn't give you the emotion that you want, or someone that gives you emotion and that you have enough money to live off of, but it's not living in extravagance, right? It's like, where's the cutoff, and to really look at abundance and what that means for you. So that's what they have for you right now, Richa Duta. So many blessings to you. All right, and Queen, you'll be my next free reading, but I do have a donation. Thank you so much, Crow's Nest. Good to see you. I am well. I hope you are well as well. And you want to know, how does Chris S. feel about you and their future actions? All right, let's take a look here. All right, so let's see here what we got going on here. All right. Wow, they are kind of a interesting character because the combination of cards that come out here, it's like they want this, with the 10 here. This is endings and new beginnings, and they want things to move forward in a positive way that feels fortunate. But they've got the Seven of Swords. They've got these fears that hold them back. These are their old thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that have stolen from them in the past, deceived them in the past, that have cheated them out of, you know, feeling fortunate. And so they've got these fears that are blocking it. They want this, but this is what's happening with them right now. So they want things to move forward. They want all this, but they're like, no, but I'm scared. So they evidently have had some things like this happen to them, where uh, the tower, where they feel like life has happened to them. They've had things that have been moved out of their life on purpose, for a purpose. Because of that, they're afraid that the carpet will be pulled out from underneath them again, right? They're Leo. Yay. So the Nine of Pentacles is about them, like they're being nudged to turn inward to find their worth, their sense of their worth in relation to the outside world from within. The nine is the hermit's journey, and so what they're trying to do is, spirit has them facing this. They're trying to like have that go away, where the outside world doesn't impact them, to where it's all, smells like sunflowers, which the sunflowers reminds me of the sun card, which is actually Leo. But there's this nudging of what's going on with all of this, and they're trying to turn them inward, because there are these fears of things leaving their life, people leaving their life, people leaving, and all of that. And it makes sense here. I mean, we got the Six of Cups, which is nostalgia, it's memories, and I feel like they're in this process of transforming some old pain, and they're in this reflective period, because that's what's being brought to their face with all of these fears. All the fears are, based on old things that have happened to them in the past. I feel like, did they have a parent who left when they were young, or passed away, or grandparents that passed away when they were young, and or they moved a lot, so they had to give up a lot all the time, and they just feel like nothing lasts for very long at all. It's just like there's all this energy, around that, which makes sense too. With here's their higher self calling them to this higher place, but that double endings, double new beginning energy is there, of like they just feel like, whenever I don't know what they're showing me, like just movies flashing in my head of, um, all these movies where there's like people like, every time I love someone, they get killed off. It's like those movies where someone is targeting all their loved ones, and that's what they feel like. I'm in this movie, like when I care about someone, something happens to them, or they disappear and they're out of my life. I know, right? And it's like, oh my God, dramatic, but that's what's happened. And their little inner child had so much that happened, that they have like this movie playing in their head, because they do have passion. They do want to have this movement again, but this is what's, going on with them right now. And they're facing this. They're in the midst of huge reflection with all of this that's happening. The Eight of Wands also represents spirit, um, and that they're communicating with them and bringing all this up for them. Let's see here. to go to the movies together. Oh, that's funny. So when you go to the movies, it's like it's going to be one of those movies where people are all getting killed off, and you're just going to laugh. But you know, this is a journey going inward, finding capital T truths. Four of Pentacles, they're learning the outside world is unstable, turning inward. But so I feel like this is for you too. Whenever they're not giving me the outcomes, it's a time for you to also um, see how this is reflective for you. Everything we just talked about, how does that resonate with you? And do you have fears of things not working out, and allowing this, allowing them to have their journey and how things are unfolding? It's like, well, while I'm waiting for them to do their inner work and to transform things, what do I have that I can be doing during this time? Because the more you connect to your inner love and self-love, the more you're able to receive and give love to a human, depending on how much love you have for yourself, right? Because we can't love others more than to the extent we love ourselves, nor receive love from others more than to the extent they love themselves. Spirit would show me, when I love myself this much, no matter how much love I want to pour out, it's just going to trickle out to them. No matter how much love they want to give me, then that trickles into, to me. But the more love that I turn inward and upward and expand my self-love, then that also expands the pipeline of love I can give to humans. So I like that. You'll have to let me know, what movie are you guys going to see? It's like Scream 6 and all their loved ones are getting killed off. You're like, no. But John Wick, the new John Wick. Well, there you go. That's too funny. But that's what they have for you right now, Crow's Nest. So enjoy the movie and enjoy the journey. Too funny. But thank you again so much for your donation. Greatly appreciate it. Alrighty, so let me scroll back up here, and I left off with Queen. So what are ST's feelings and thoughts about you lately? He's a past person, so no contact. All right, let's take a look here and see. Yeah. So we've got the Fool card here, which is about a new adventure, new journey, leaving all old cycles and everything behind, moving forward. Queen of Pentacles, new journey, new birth, new. So they're more focused on the now and what's unfolding than reflecting on the past. Queen of Pentacles is Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, focused on themselves. So, I just feel like they're all out of sight, out of mind, seems to be like a motto of theirs for their life. It's like what and who is in my life in this moment. That's what they're thinking and feeling about. The past, the future, even the future, I don't feel like they're like way thinking about future stuff or way thinking about past stuff. They're just more in the now, in the moment. So I usually tell people I wouldn't take it personally if you don't want to, because I feel like that's the way they are with everyone. They're like, oh yeah, I have parents, or I have a sibling. Oh, hey, how are you? And they're like, I haven't talked to you in 6 months. So I'm like, well, how are you doing? Because they're kind of just like in the moment kind of feeling, at least at this point in their life. That's what I'm feeling coming through with those cards. So that's what they have, Queen. It's like they're in the moment. So that's what's happening. And that's what they have. So many blessings to you. Yeah. I feel like they're like, what feelings do you have about you lately? Spirit like switching the questions around for us when they're short and sweet like that, it's like, okay, well, they're not. They're just focusing on the moment. But what are you feeling about yourself lately? What kind of contact have you had with yourself, your true self, right? All right. But that's what they have, Queen. So many blessings hang in there. Cheery. You like some angel guidance. Let's take a look here and see what they have. All right. So it looks like here that we've got some thinking going on, some changing of thinking. The Prince of Swords is the Knight of Swords, so it is movement of thought and belief and mindset. And you have the Ace of Swords here, which allows you to see things from a higher perspective and cut away old thoughts and beliefs that no longer serve you. And this is what the Devil card, our shadow, our Capricorn, Saturn energy, they have us really look at. And I feel like what you're being challenged with and what you're really reflecting on is the 10 of Cups. What does emotional fulfillment look like? You know, it's almost like here's the two people, but they're trapped in this web of lies and deceit from the past of the supposed to and the should and the need to and the have to. And it's like, okay, so we've got this, you know, movement of thought, seeing things differently. The shadow card brings situations to your face, to your face, to your face, but it's having it happen to you so that you can move beyond it. You can, cut away the web so that you're not trapped and stuck, that you can move forward and you can enjoy a relationship and love and emotion differently than feeling trapped in the past, of being trapped by these thoughts and beliefs that you have from the past. So there is this freedom that comes through all this. So I like it for you. So that is what they have for you right now, Cheery. So just know that all the stuff that's coming up in the outside world is being brought for you to look at, you know. So if you have these triggers happening or this, thoughts and things that are coming and that won't leave you alone, it's because it's time. If they're like going, hey, 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 then they're like, they want to be looked at, to be released. So that's what's going on. All right, so that's what they have for you, Jerry. Many blessings to you. Hey, Julia. Hey, Liliana. It has been a while. Welcome. Good to see you. Good to see you. All right. And Alex, you will be the next free reading, but I do have a donation. Hey, Patty. Thank you so much for the donation. And you want to know, what can you expect in the new week at work and in love? All right, let's take a look here. So work and love. What else? All right. So for work, let's take a look here. All right. I like this for work because you've got Four of Cups, which is emotional stability. We like that. And Six of Pentacles is this, success. Like it says, it's it's a positive thing. It means that you will have money coming in enough where you can actually have extra to help other people too, is usually what the Six of Pentacles represents. So very solid number. Very sixes are flowing numbers, three pentacles on each side. So your work, there's going to be a flow. There's stability in it. There's success in it. So I like that, seeing that for work. And then let's see here for love. All right. Well, you do have, excuse me, this. You have the death and the rebirth. I love how they have this as a phoenix rising from the ashes. And the Seven of Wands does show you rising also up onto a hill. So both of these represent you have this movement upward, where some people don't like it so much because they're feeling low about themselves. So if you have this happiness of love that's starting to come in, don't worry about the people that are all blah 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 about it, because it's jealousy, it's feeling low, and they want you to be miserable with them. They don't want you to be happy. Like, come back down here. don't be in a relationship, don't move forward on things, be here with us. But you do have the Ace of Wands that comes in here, which is new passion, new desire, new drive too. So I like this coming in here because this does show like maybe there's a little spark that's happening here next week, because you have the Queen of Cups as well, which this is about trust your intuition, trust your gut. Queen of Cups rules over emotion, but she also gets a second portion of emotion. So it's an emotional week. A lot of fire, a lot of passion, a lot of emotion that comes in. So you might have a little spark, excuse me, that comes in for you as well. So I like it for you, Patty. So it feels like a very positive week for you of rebirth and new birth. Yeah, so I don't have anything else for that there, but very, very positive. So I like it. Again, thank you so much for your donation. Greatly appreciate that. Hey, EE, thank you for your donation. And you want to know what can you expect in April for marriage and work? All right, let's take a look here. So for marriage first. Anything else for marriage? Okay. And then for work. Anything else for work? It's like work. Okay, well, you got one card for work. Okay. But for marriage, let's see what we got going on here. All right. So we'll do work first since it was one card. And work is like there's this, the judgment card is your higher self calling you to this higher place. So you're human being called up to your higher self. And when I have this, I feel like for work, there's this opportunity for you to evaluate what it is you want to do with your life. It almost feel like it's like you're at this point of going, all right, well, I've been doing what I've been doing. And yeah, there's some other positions I could get into or apply for or whatever, but what do I really want? It's almost like this change from existing to like you want to live. And I feel like you're checking off the boxes for work, but you're like, but I want more. Like I thought this would make me feel differently, but I want more. And so this is your higher self calling you into this place to really look into your high heart to find out what is it that I want to do? How do I want to go about it? And getting out of the mind more and getting into the heart, allowing your heart, like they say, to have a seat at the table, to not just exist, but it wants to live, like, Frankenstein monster. It's alive. It wants to live, not, just be a lump, right? And I kind of feel like that's the energy that's coming in April here for you. You're just having kind of a spark and a restlessness around that. And then looking at marriage for April here, I feel like we'll start off with the Seven of Pentacles, because the Seven of Pentacles tells us patience, things are unfolding, last thing that grows on a fruit tree is the fruit. So there is progress. Things are growing toward that. But I feel like April, that, things don't come to fruition like the fruit in April yet. Because there is this reflecting that's going on here, where you're being drawn in here. The Hierophant draws you in to see your capital T truths, to see what you're wanting. Who do you truly want to be? What do you truly want in marriage and in life, right? With a partner. The Eight of Swords here is showing that this is the questioning that you're doing. You see how they feel like they're they're a puppet, all these strings, all these expectations and fears of losing conditional love and letting people down. And, it's like all these supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and musts that we've been given in our life around marriage and relationship. You're questioning that. And this is what this inner reflection is doing, is you're really figuring out what it is what you want. And that makes sense why it's also rolling over into your work, because I feel like you're just in this reflective period of like, what do I want? What do I really want? You know, with everything in life, why do it in small scale, right? You're like, let me just look at everything. But I do see here, you've got two princes here. The Prince of Wands, these are knights, in the standard tarot. The Knight of Wands, which is the fastest moving knight, which is new passion, new drive, things starting to move forward regarding marriage in April. So there is the movement, but not fruition, because we have the patience card. Things are going to be moving forward. But the Prince of Swords, the Knight of Swords, is about seeing things from a different perspective. And that Ace of Swords is what allows you to see things from a different perspective. It allows you to start snipping away these strings where you feel you are being controlled by these thoughts and beliefs around marriage and how it's supposed to be and all that. And you're allowing yourself some freedom. So there is movement of thought and expectation and communication, and movement of energy and passion as well. So there is movement that comes in here regarding marriage. It just doesn't come to fruition yet, because you're really figuring truths out. You're figuring out what you want. And I feel like you're being a little more and more bolder about asking for what you want, because it's your life and you want to live. You don't want to just meet everyone's expectations and exist. You're wanting to speak up and to stand up for what you're wanting. So I really like that for you. And that is what's coming through right now here for you, EE. So I like it. Many blessings to you. Much love to you. You are very welcome. Yay. All right. I like it. All righty. Let's see. We left off with Alex. So, Alex, what is to come in love with R? Let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know? What is to come in love with R? Anything else? All right. Well, you've got the Prince of Cups, which is the Knight of Cups, which is emotional movement. And you have the Princess of Wands, which is the Page of Wands, and which is about new passion, new drive, that's passionate energy that comes in here. So I do show eventually, like the new moon, because it's like this new energy that's coming in, this new movement, this new emotional interaction. And I like that we have cups and wands. Wands would be passionate and attraction, right? And cups is emotion, which is like, I love you, I like you, not just I want you, I'm attracted to you. There's actually heart involved, not just body and energy, right? So I do like this for you. It is coming here. The Prince's action card, and this energy, this vibrancy is also action and movement. So I feel like what's to come here is a wonderful balance between divine masculine, divine feminine, with the princess and the prince, but also the balance of attraction and emotion. That it's not just all about uh, love at first sight. Isn't love at first sight. Love at first sight is, hey, who's that? And then we hope emotion comes like true emotion comes later, which I feel is what is coming. So there's been this passion, there's been this attraction, but now there's emotion seeping into, which I like. So that's what they have for you right now, Alex. So many blessings to you. Hey, Christy Bivens, good to see you. Hello, hello. And Lightworker, hey, good morning to you, my friend. You're fiend. I'm a fiend. I know you meant friend. I do have an evil laugh sometimes, though. All right. So you want to know, what does Spirit have for you? So let's take a look here and see, what do they want to bring in here? Oh, actually, they want to give you a Path of the Soul Destiny card. call these the spiritual inkblot test because they're fractal imaging. So whatever you see in the card is one thing, and then I'll read from the book as well. So here you go, card number 20. I'll try to zero in a little bit here so you can see up close. Let's see if it'll focus in for you. There it goes. Beautiful, beautiful card. And let's see what they have for you. Oh, it's called Companion's Love. So this card speaks of passion, creation, and union between lovers. Allowing yourself to be truly seen and vulnerable is an important step in learning to trust. There are many levels of love which can be experienced, but this speaks of the deepest, most intimate of all unions. Through this deep connection, energy is in full flow. Love is source energy, capital S, source energy. And whether we experience this source alone through meditation or through our connection with another, it is always still source. Enjoy it, play in it, and allow yourself to fully embrace all that it has to offer. I like it. Beautiful. So, yeah, this love that we have, that we feel, it's even though it takes different forms, it is all the same love at the core of it when we get into our heart. And I like that. So what a wonderful message for you here, for you for today. I like it. So many blessings to you, light worker. Hola, R, Rose with an R. Good to see you. All right. And let me just continue moving down the list here. Whoops. All right, there we go. Your fiendish friend. All right, so Sawi Gaming 2023. You'd like a future reading for Sherwani. All right, let's take a look here. All right. So we have the Prince of Wands, which is the Knight of Wands, which is fast movement and passion and fire and energy. And I feel like this is going to happen faster. Fast because it's the fastest moving knight out of them all. But there's also this pause before this happens. There's this, the High Priestess is the importance of stepping backward, really doing some reflection away from everything, connecting to the higher realm, stepping behind the veil, diving deep into the emotions and the subconscious, really trusting your gut, trusting your intuition around the actions that are coming. Because I feel like there's some hidden and some unknown intentions and unknown, I don't know, just a lot going on underneath the surface and behind the scenes. And though we like passion, though we like this movement, I just feel like they're saying, turn inward, trust this intuition. Like if you feel like something's not right here, something's not right here. If you're like, this seems odd, it's odd. And don't act, allow, if it's coming fast, it doesn't mean if it's urgent, like they're like, hey, it doesn't mean that you have to jump on it. If you have this gut, this instinct that goes, are you drunk? Are you high? Why are you, doing this? Allow time. Step back and allow time. If it's true, if it's meant to be, it won't pass you by. But if you're having these flags, the spidey sense going off, you're just like, yeah, trust it. Okay, that's what they have for you. So there you go, Sawi. So many blessings to you. L.A., you are up next here. Blessings to you too, Lightworker. So LA, so you'd like an energy read on Stephen for April 5th. All right. Let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know? All right. Well, you got some pentacles, so there's definitely something happening here in the outside world. We have the Two of Pentacles, which is the balancing out of things that's coming in here, and the Eight of Pentacles, which is about, it's usually about work and blood, sweat, and tears have been invested in something, and there's a movement. So the Two of Pentacles is this balancing, um, and the Eight of Pentacles does show that there is movement, there is change. That's what the Two of Pentacles was saying at the top. That really stood out to me too. So there is a change in interactions with Stephen, balancing and movement in the outside world. So Pentacles can be abundance, but it's about whatever situation it has to deal with. It is about movement and change. So and balance that's coming in. So kind of the balancing of the scales, right? It's like, well, in some ways this, but in some ways this, right? So if this is about kind of a situation that you are interacting with them, I kind of feel like it's going to be um, like, if it's like, I think you have some dates that are coming up with court and stuff, and I just kind of feel like that it's like the balancing of the justice things, is the scales, is what was coming into my head. And it's like, some ways you get what you want, in some ways you have to uh, compromise. I was trying to think, what's that word, that ugly word, compromise. But I feel there is movement, and it feels satisfactory for it. So whatever this is, that's what I feel coming through for you, LA. So many blessings to you. Hey, Deb, love and light to you. And next we are up here. Spirit has a good memory. Like I say, I just know how to listen. They're like, hey, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, what? They're like, justice. I'm like, oh, okay. So yeah, I feel like it's good. I don't feel like it's like, oh, I have to super compromise, but it's like, okay, I'm okay with this. So that is what I feel's coming through. Shilpa Mali, sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. You want to know, what does Nikhil want from you as a person? All right, let's take a look here. What do they want you to do? All right. So we've got the Prince of Pentacles, which would be the Knight of Pentacles. And that is, the Prince of Pentacles is someone who it's like the slowest moving knight out of them all. And so like they're wanting things to move slowly. But what they're looking at here, the Four of Wands is a balanced energy. You can kind of see here, um, it can be celebration, it can be joy, it can be wedding and things like that. But I feel like overall, this energy that's coming through is they're expecting you to fulfill them. The Knight of Pentacles here, they're in pursuit of the Ace of Pentacles, which is looking at their worth in relationship to the outside world. And I almost feel like they have this, um, expectation that someone else is supposed to make their life feel complete, which we're all kind of taught that, right, growing up. But then we realize what a lie that is, that when we depend on other people to complete us, to make us feel whole and blah, 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 everyone fails miserably, because we each can't give what we're looking for, because what we're looking for is the love that we find inside of us. And so everything in the outside world will fall short, because it's conditional, temporary, unstable world out there. And we're looking for something that's forever and stable and makes us feel full, and we only find that inward and upward. And so I feel like they want you as a person to be this long list of stuff, and you probably have this long list of stuff that you want them to be, and that person to be, and this situation to be, like we all have. But that's where the instability comes in, because it can't live up to this long list. It's too long. There's too many things. No one can ever live up to it. You cannot live up to their list. They cannot live up to yours. The world cannot live up to our list. And so it's all designed really for us to eventually turn inward, because we're just tired of being disappointed, bored with the instability. And then we find, there it is. And then it changes our whole way we look at the outside world. Instead of the outside world always falling short, we're filled up on the inside. And so anything that is given to us in the outside world is above and beyond extra. So it's abundance instead of lack that we experience. So that's what they have for you right now, Shilpa. So many blessings to you. And hang in there. Sorry, my mouse is acting up. There it goes. All right. So where are we here? There we are. So Jessica Scott, you are up next. So a general reading. Absolutely. You are welcome in advance. Hopefully it's resonates, right? All right. Well, you are in a wonderful reflection time here. The moon card is about diving deep and understanding what's going on underneath the surface. And the Seven of Swords supports that, because swords are our thoughts, our beliefs, our mindsets, our attitudes, our expectations. And this allows us to see what of our own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets have cheated us out of opportunities and love, thievery, what's stolen from us, what's deceived us. And we're learning that, okay, it's me, it's my thoughts and beliefs that are restricting it. And it might not even be like conscious. The moon represents, like, this is the subconscious below the surface. We have some fears, we have some energy, we had emotions that we had when we were younger, usually the seven swords, 7 years old and younger, where we had some pain and we created rules around it that are underneath the surface that say, no, you can't have this. And you're like, consciously, you want this stuff to come in, like you want relationships and, abundance, and we want all this stuff. But underneath, which we're 10% conscious, 90% subconscious, we've got all this stuff down here that control. It's like a little 2-year-old inner child controlling the force fields that go, nope, we don't want that. We don't want this. We don't want this. And we're like, why won't this stuff come to me? And we're like, oh, there's some stuff that's going on down here. And then that's what's going on here. The moon is inviting you to reflect into the subconscious, to connect to that inner child, to find out where do these beliefs, where were they formed? And when we bring them into our consciousness, we transform them, and then these force fields start dropping to allow movement and allow different things to come into your life that you've been wanting, but for some reason you felt like they're getting repelled out of your life or away from you. So that is what they have right now here for you, Jessica. So many blessings to you. Hang in there. Hey, Rhonda, my friend. Good to see you. And let's take a look here. There we go. You've been busy. Good kind of busy. I like it. So you're getting outside and talking to people. Excellent. So this new world of you being a Lyft driver, yeah, it takes adjustments, right? For sure. It's going well, figuring things out. So you're wondering what to look out for so things can go more smoothly and the best outcome for the week. All right, absolutely. Let's take a look here, see what Spirit has to say here. Spirit wants you to know. Okay, we're actually going to switch over to the Light Seers Tarot. So what can look out for so things can go more smoothly? All right. Well, I do like it here. Three of Pentacles, of course, is all about you being true to the authentic you being Rhonda, and not worrying about what other people think, like what punishment you'll get, what praise you'll lose or support, but about being true to the authentic you and just letting the expectations go of the supposed to, the should, the need to, the have to, all these things that try to trap you and restrict you. And I like the Five of Cups here too, this transformation of emotion, that it's okay to feel what you feel. Be really gentle with yourself on your emotions, knowing that you have the power, the Two of Cups, you get to choose what you feel in each moment and that no emotion is wrong. So if you feel frustration in a moment, don't beat yourself up about it. Just scream, allow yourself to release and feel and flow through the frustration, and then you can return back to that place of love. And if you get angry, say a cuss word, throw something. Try not to throw it at someone because you don't want to, go to jail or whatever. But do what you need to do to feel, and then return back to that. I love this flowing, allowing you to be you, allowing you to express yourself. I feel is what makes it easier, because when you try to trap yourself and try to be who you think everyone thinks that you think that they think you should be, that's where all the we're taken out of the being able to enjoy the moment, and then we feel like we're in a cage, and we don't like to feel caged because we're expansive, powerful beings that are so big. And so it's like, allow yourself to feel what you want to feel, but be you. Don't try to fit in, what you think everyone else wants from you. It's like, what? I'm going to be me. And if people can't handle it, well, that's their choice, right? They're the ones that get to choose in each moment. You don't get to, you don't have to be responsible for the choices everyone else makes. You just get to be you. And I like that for you. And that's what they have for you, Rhonda. So hang in there, enjoy the busyness, the happy busyness. I like it. I like it. I like it. All right. All right. So, all right, let's take a look here. There I am. I lost my space. So I am headed to the end of my second hour. So I do want to, while I'm thinking about it and I see it, I do want to thank you guys so much for all the thumbs up that you've given the video. It does help spread the Zen love, and I greatly, greatly appreciate it. I do want to make sure as well that everyone is aware that I do have a giveaway every Monday for a personal recorded reading. And here is the link for that video if you have not checked it out yet. You have the rest of today to enter into the drawing, and then I will make an announcement tomorrow for the winner. I'm also having two other separate drawings, and one of them is for everyone that's made a donation during the month of March. I have a big long report that tells me it all, and anyone that made a donation during a live reading, and anyone that did a super thanks afterwards, all of that I'm going to throw everyone into a big bowl and pick two names to give away 30-minute personal recorded readings. And then anyone that actually commented on any of the other giveaway videos, there'll be the ones that announced, that I put out on Tuesdays announcing the next week's giveaways. Anyone that comments on any of those videos for the month of March, I also will put in a giant bowl and pick two winners for 30-minute personal recorded readings. So you can still comment on those all the way up until tonight, until I pull tomorrow. If you want to see those videos, I have a giveaway playlist on my main page. If you go in there, you'll still see the ones from March listed there. So if you're interested in that, be sure to check that out. Since I'm reaching the end of my 2 hours, I am going to My last free reading is going to be Laura H. So I will complete yours. And apologies to everyone else that I was not able to get to. That's still a long list of individuals. But I will be back this evening at 7 p.m. Mountain Time, so in 6 hours. So you can always return then. Also, if anyone wants to make a donation right now during this session, I will still honor those and I'll complete them during this session. So if you're needing an answer, that's an option for you. Also, if you are not able to make a donation, I totally understand we're not always able to do that. But if you head over to my main page, the bruddaZEN Mystic Tarot, I have a playlist there, monthly readings for each zodiac sign, and a ton of pick a cards for relationships, abundance, career, a ton of different subjects. So you can also follow your heart. Spirit will guide you to the readings with answers for you there too. So I think that's everything. I am here Wednesday through Sunday nights, 7 p.m. Mountain Time, and then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday mornings at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. So I'm quite a lot of opportunities there. And I feel bad that I can't get through everyone's readings during the free sessions, but those are some options. I also, for my free reading sessions, if you have subscribed, if you go into your notification settings, make sure all is selected. An hour before I go live, I put out the announcement. You can actually jump into the chat and put your question to get in line early as well. So some information there for you. So I'm going to complete Laura H's free reading. And then if there's any donations, I will complete those. And if there's none, then we'll close down the session for today, for this morning anyway. So Laura H, will you be able to move abroad to work as a teacher? All right. It's a big place in my heart for teachers. They had a wonderful impact on my life growing up. So kudos to you. Well, I do like this. We've got the Judgment card here, which is your higher self calling you to this higher place in your life. You have the Four of Pentacles, which does represent a solid foundation in your outside world. So if you do want to move abroad and work as a teacher, it will work out for you. I almost feel, though, like your higher self here is drawing you into a different place. Like there's this calling that you have for your life that would just make your heart sing. And if that is teaching, then all, forward, it will definitely will move forward. But if it's something different, your higher self is kind of saying, what's your life purpose? I feel like you're stepping into this place of discovering what it is that you want to do. How do you uniquely want to share the love in your heart with the world? And they're really encouraging you to connect to them and see that this is what you want, not what your mind wants, because we're given a lot of dreams in our life about this is your dream, and we take it on as children going, okay, here's my dream, and then we wake up every day going, oh God, I got to go live my dream today. That's not our dream. But when we wake up going, I can't wait, we know that's our dream, right? So that's what I feel for you there, Laura H. So I like it for you. So many, many blessings. Very good, very good. I like it. All right. Many blessings to you. All right, well, I don't see any donations, so we're going to go ahead and close down this session. As I said, I shall return. And thank you guys so much for all of your love and all of your thirst for hearing from Spirit and searching after Spirit. I'm always blown away in every session just how everyone hungers and trusts, hearing from Spirit. So thank you so much for that. I will return. Thanks again for all the thumbs up, all the subscribers. I'm so grateful for all of you and all the love that you share. And I get excited for the next session as well. And as you go throughout each and every second of every day of your life, please know that you are unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things. And of course, I love you too. So many blessings. Until I see you guys again, have a great rest of your day, great rest of your night, wherever you're out in the world. And until I see you again, much love to you, and you guys take care.